Well, hello fans of my video blog that has not been updated in some time. First and foremost, let me warn you that my fire alarms have not been fixed, and so you will hear the occasional chirp, as annoying as it is. Imagine living with it 24/7. I don't always hear it, but every time I make one of these videos, it's much more evident. So I apologize ahead of time, and that's for you, Crystal. So, I have decided to be honest about my regain, and I've always been honest in the past that I regained. I got down to 185, which is still considered obese, but I felt incredibly happy at that weight. And then somebody, a friend, called me thin, and I freaked out. I have not been thin a day in my life, and I didn't know what to do with that. That's not something they prepare you for mentally when you have this surgery. And it coincided with the fact that my daughter was in the hospital, and we didn't know what was going to happen with her. She had the worst level of brain bleed that she could possibly have, and we were told that it was a very likely possibility that she would never walk or talk or do much of anything. Now, granted, she runs all over the place, and she is healthy as a horse. She does have cerebral palsy, but she deals, and she's the happiest little baby I've ever seen, and I have 4 children. So she's so smart, and really all of that stress eating was for nothing because she turned out great and is still turning out great and continues to do better every day. But the fact is that it triggered me and stress eating. And I haven't been able to shut that off. I was very diligent when I first had surgery, and I lost a very large amount of weight very quickly. I, in fact, hit a stall at the 4-month mark and didn't lose again until I got pregnant at 9 months out, which is too early, FYI. And my doctor was actually fine with that because of how much I actually lost in the first 4 months. The problem is that I don't know how to go back to that. And, I mean, I was strict, and yeah, I caved occasionally. I had maybe, a couple bites of Fritos and bean dip and made an excuse that it had protein in it. But for the most part, I was very strict, and I stayed anywhere between 500 to 800 calories. I counted every single thing that I ate, every little breath mint. I drank water constantly, and I was, A+, perfect, minus the supplement thing, that we've talked about in previous videos. I was perfect as far as, on plan. But I feel like now, every time I try to do that or go back to basics or go back to where I was before I got pregnant, it feels much, much harder this time around. And I definitely still have restriction because when I eat too much, I feel it. And I may have lost a little bit of my, stoma stretching, and my doctor calls it generous, but not useless. So I do still definitely feel like I eat too much. It's what I'm eating and when I'm eating and how I'm eating that's the problem. My 3-year-old is wanting some attention. I guess I just wanted to be honest, and I wasn't going to take any pictures or be in any videos at all this holiday season because I feel like my biggest weight gain is here in my face. And that was one of the things I was proudest of, was that I looked quote unquote normal. I may have still been overweight, but I felt great. So now, not only do I have a goal weight to obtain, but I have 50 pounds just to get back to where I felt good. And I really don't know where to start. Every time I start something, I cave within the same day. So I don't know what is going to be the breaking point for me, but next week I have a trip to Disneyland, so I'll definitely get a lot of walking in. And I don't know if it's more diet, if it's more activity. I don't know what it is. But I have to get back to that place where I first was. I know that I can't survive on 500 to 800 calories anymore. I know just biology how that's going to work. But I do need to find where it's comfortable for me and where I'm going to start losing. Because this is no longer acceptable. And I know that I have so many of you that support me and have told me, you almost lost your daughter. Of course you went to the only thing you knew how to cope, which was food. But my question and my request of you is to stop giving me excuses and instead to encourage me to get rid of this weight. I hope you all have a great week and a great holiday season, and I will talk to you soon. Beep.